Oh, and here we are, week 171.
Right, before I do anything, I am going to feed the fish. Because they're all very excited and they see me come in with, I bought these Saturday. Let me just turn that camera around, down a bit. Right, so I'm just going to sieve these and chuck them in the tank. Probably should have done this before I started filming, really, but I didn't. Like I said, today's Monday. I bought these Saturday. I stuck them in the fridge and I forgot all about them. And I just went there and wondered what the brown bag was, and then realised I'd left them in there. So all of these will go downstairs in the LPS tank for the little tamarin wrasse, which is down there, and the saffron goby, and the corals will eat them as well. So let me just put that back. Right, I'm just going to dump these down now. Right, that's that done. God. Feed the big boys while I'm here. Get out of the way. Right, you can see that, can't you? Right, that's the fish fed. Hopefully they will calm down a bit. So, what did I do this week? Actually, yeah, I've just remembered. So last week I did the filming, and then I did my water change, clean the glass, usual stuff that I do in here, clean one of the pumps. And then for some reason, I just suddenly went, oh, I'm going to clean the weir box on the tank. So the weir box just pulls off. It's got two bulkheads and it just kind of pushes in. So I pulled it off. Now normally when I pull it off, I remember to turn the pumps up to deal with the extra flow. This time I totally forgot. Pulled the weir box off, took it over to the sink, scrubbing away with a toothbrush on the combs. And you get used to the sounds in the fish room, and I just heard something which was just out of the ordinary, and I just suddenly went, oh, I know what that is. So I went down the stairs there, and my sump was like literally at the very, very top, and it was just gently overflowing and dripping all over the floor. I was just like, oh. So I turned the pumps up, come back up, finished cleaning the weir. I knocked my flipper magnet on the floor, smashed the end of it, so it's now flapping around. I've tried to super glue it, but as soon as I apply any pressure on it to clean the glass, it just snaps again. So I was just like, it took me about an hour to clear up actually, all the water that just spilt out. And oh yes, yeah. And then what I did is I turned the pumps off because I siphoned the water out, cleaned all the floor. I put the pumps back on again, and I noticed, because it tells me there on the control unit, it's just like a green blinking light and it says all good. But when I looked at the return at the end of the pump, there was no water coming out. I was like, that's weird. So I put my hand in front of it, nothing, dead as a dodo. Look at the controller, tells me it's working fine, temperature's good, flow rate's good. I was just like, don't tell me one of my fizz pumps is broken. So I go down, switch it off, I turn the other pump up to compensate, get it all going, I'd take the whole pump offline because I thought maybe there was something. I thought actually what probably happened in my head, I went, if the sump overflowed, it's possible I've left, like, you know, these little, these things, these little measuring caps that you get like with every bottle of stuff you buy. Sometimes I leave them on top of my sump if I'm dosing something. And I thought maybe where it's flooded, it's dropped into the water and got sucked into the intake, because they're 40 ml intakes, so that would go down there. So I'm expecting to take the pump off and find something like stuck in the propeller or in the impeller, or just in the pipe where it's showing up. So I'd take the whole pump off, nothing in there, all looks good, spinning, rotor's good, everything's clear, no calc build up or anything, which is a good thing. So I put it all back online, turn the pump back on, nothing. I turn it up to like 80%, still nothing. And I'm just like, I don't understand. I can feel the pump. So the pump is on, but I can feel it vibrating. Still nothing. And in the end, I go, right, I'm going to try and rod out the tube that goes from the sump to where the pump is to see if I can feel anything in there. So I've got a bit of flexi Eheim piping down there, and I'm feeding it round, and I can't feel anything. And then it suddenly dawned on me, it's a bloody airlock. So I suck on the Eheim pipe and just pull out a load of air, and then certainly I'll see a big gush of water go in, flash fires up, everything's good. I just thought, all of that, I just wasted probably 2 hours turning the pump off, taking it all apart, just for an airlock. It's just like, yeah, so basically that was a very bad decision to do at the last moment, just to clean the weir box out, flooded the sump room, broke my flipper magnet, and then wasted an hour or so because I didn't realise I had an airlock on the pipe. So yeah, so that was not a good day after all. So I'm not going to do anything like that today. I'm just going to stick with the basics. I mean, I tell you that, I can't remember the last time I cleaned the weir box actually, but it does get blocked quicker than I'd like it to, especially around the back. It's got combs on the front and on the back, and I guess maybe it just doesn't get as much water flow going around the back. I don't know, but they seem to clog up, just get blocked up with algae quite often. Probably the fact actually that the fish can feed on the front comb and not the back. That's probably more of a reason, isn't it? But anyways, yeah, so that was that. So that weren't a great finishing on a Monday afternoon, to be honest. Other than that, what I've done, turn my lights up even more. So I think they're at about 70. I think I turned them up last time to 74%. This time I think they're up to 78%. Next week I might nudge into 80 because I just like round numbers. I'm not seeing any detrimental effects. I mean, in my head, I'm seeing some better growth tips, but I could just be making it up if I'm honest. Very hard to give quantitative measurements in the things like this. You just convince yourself that it's looking better, but yeah. So I'll leave it anyway because I don't want to push my luck. So I've nudged it up, and I will see how it looks in a month's time or something. Everything else seems good. All the fish are fine. No jumpies. The Gonipora, which I don't know what happened to it. I thought something was eating it, but if it was, it looks like it stopped eating it because it seems to be out. I'm just looking at it now. I think I've noticed, which is slightly strange, that the some of the polyps that have come back they've got like an orangey colour in them. They seem to be a different colour than the original. It's like one side of it was constantly. It's even now. It's not as long as the rest of it. They look like they've been cropped, but they're out a lot more than they were, and they've got some polyps on them, which is good. So yeah, just randomly, some of them are quite an orange colour compared to the rest of them, which are kind of a pale, dull, pinky brown, I guess they call that. Yeah, pump's still going well. Not touched it really, which is exactly what I want. Just leave it running. I cleaned a couple of the MP60s yesterday, and I've taken this morning. I've got delivery of 10 of these, which are my filter fleece rolls for the fleece roller downstairs. So I've got 11 in there now, one in there, so that will mean I should be good for at least a year with them. And I also ordered another one of these, because I like these little things. So that's just a flow meter, 2,500 litres an hour that gives me. I've got one, which I don't know if you can see. I've got it fitted down there, but I've covered it over with a piece of pipe that I can slip on and off just to stop the algae growing in it, because it's clear. But it just gets that kind of moldy stuff on it. And every now and then I take it out and clean it, which is reasonably easy to do because they just come apart. But because I'm that lazy, is it lazy? I don't know. You have to turn the UVs off, and I have to turn the flow off, obviously, to take it out, clean it. So I thought I'll just buy another one, and I can shut the flow off, undo the 2 unions, whack this one in, take that one out, turn the flow back on, I'm done, and then I haven't got to worry about rushing to clean it, because it's a bit fiddly. So I don't know, they're like 30 quid or 40 quid or something. So I just thought I'd get another one so I can swap it out. So I will swap that out as part of the afternoon's maintenance. Yeah, and I just want to check. It's one of those things that you never look at, and I just want to check the I've noticed over time it sticks. So even when I turn the flow off, that red indicator, sometimes it sticks at the top, even when when there's no water going through it. So you think, oh, okay, so is that actually going to give me the proper flow? And at the top, there's like a kind of a grid. I'll show that camera, look, there's a grid there. And they do get kind of blocked up over time. So it's overdue to be cleaned, to be honest. So I will do that today. So I think that is it for this week. It's just ticking over with this tank. I mean, it's starting to grow out. It's starting to be all right. No real issues in there. I'm trying to think if I've faffed around with anything else. I pulled the amount of lanthanum I'm dosing down because I've noticed that the phosphates are creeping down. So they were nice and stable at 0.1, and then I think last week they went to about 0.06, which I reduced the lanthanum already because it's going in the wrong direction. And then I checked them again yesterday, and I was at 0.03, which is too low. I don't like them that low. So I've reduced the lanthanum again. So I will check them probably tomorrow because I've fed the tank today. So it's no point doing it now. Yeah, I don't really like them below 0.05. I like them at 0.1, so I like them. I just think the tank looks good to that. So yeah, so I will just reduce the lanthanum going in. Can't think of anything else. I think that's about it, really. The lights have all been good, touch wood. Yeah, so this tank is, I think I've changed my mind yet again about, I was going to fill that up and get it all working and put the LPS from downstairs in there so that I can do the sump. And now I'm just thinking I might just drain that tank down there because it's an acrylic tank. Just take the corals out, stick them in a bucket, bring that tank up here and plumb it into this spare line I've got underneath the skimmer, and then just get some soft hosing and run it back into the sump and just temporarily stick it up there. Then I haven't got to put everything in this tank. Then I can sort the sump out down there and decide where I want to put all those corals, really. Ideally, I'd just like to put them all in here and get it done with. I'd like to put the fish in there as well, or maybe in there. I can't put the saffron goby in there, really, because they irritate corals, don't they? So it's not really a good fish to put in the coral spawning tank. And then if I put it in there, I don't know if it's going to be a pain with the corals in there, because apparently they like irritate them to make them secrete a mucus and they feed on it. So probably not my best purchase, if I'm honest. So I don't know what to do with that. So that's what I'm thinking. I might put that tank up here. I'm hoping, I mean, it's going to stick out. Probably crack my head on it when I come up the stairs, to be honest. Yeah, it's not a great spot for it, but I don't really want to put it under the tank because that'd be even worse. Just give the rest of this food in. Yeah, I think in the next month or so, the sump should be done and this should be up and running. I've water tested it. I had a problem with the gate valve and one of the O-rings. I didn't tighten them up as well, which is it's definitely going to cause problems. Yeah, so I can't remember what way I did. Oh, I did the nuts. I screwed up tight, but the actual the Red Sea downpipes, I've got an O-ring and a thread. And I did them up finger tight, and then I forgot to go underneath and tighten them. So they leaked, obviously, but once I've tightened them up, they're fine. I've taken the gate valve, not the gate valve, that diaphragm valve apart, cleaned it, put it all back. I'm hoping I can just use it as it is. I did think about chopping it out and putting the gate valve in there, but the idea of this tank is it's meant to be cheapish. I mean, it's very easy for me to just chuck money at something and get what I want. The idea is that it's kind of a budget spawning tank, I guess, because everything on it's second hand. So yeah, I'll see how I get on. I mean, a gate valve's like 50 quid, but then it probably costs 100 quid time you faff around getting new pipe work and stuff. And I just thought, if I can get that diaphragm working, I will just stick with it, I think. So yeah, I think that's it. I can't think of anything else that's just gone on really this week. Filter rolls. Yeah, turned the lampion down, broke the flipper magnet, flooded the sump room. Yeah, I think that's it really. Can't think of anything else. So yeah, so I'm going to crack on. I'm going to turn this off and then I will do my water change and give the tank a bit of a clean. Right, so that's it guys. I will see you in the next one.